everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Welcome to your daily sun sign love connections for today. Today is January 22nd, 2021. I forgot to mention yesterday, and I'll backtrack for a moment. It was the 21st day of the 21st year of the 21st century. So it was that once in a lifetime thing yet again that we are a part of. And it's exciting. I love times like that. I love being a part of that. And so I just wanted to share that. So, for those that are new, I welcome you wholeheartedly. Those that are returning, I absolutely love you. I am definitely a long-term spiritual tarot, energy, psychic reader. What am I trying to say? Just, I want to say kind of a perpetual student of spirituality, definitely. I mean, it's a lifetime experience. But I wouldn't be doing it, and I wouldn't be sharing these messages on YouTube if it weren't for you. So just the fact that you are supporting me and commenting and liking and subscribing has just been so incredibly beautiful and very, very deeply appreciated and felt. So thank you for that. But for those that are new, I have a format I like to follow. And what I do is I pick 2 sun signs for the love connection readings every day. And today we are on the featured sun sign as I go around my zodiac wheel for the second time for the mid-month readings. And then I have tomorrow with Pisces, and that'll be the end. And then I do bonus readings for the remainder of the month, which is like 6 days or so. So definitely this is for all types of love. You can, of course, be in a romantic, loving marriage, committed relationship. These are very important for that, but it's for all types of love. Family, friends, we have so many ways to connect with people, so many different types of relationships. And that's all inclusive with the love reading. So, whether or not you're committed or not, you're definitely welcome and definitely a part of these messages. So the featured sun sign for today is Aquarius, which really excites me. It's your birthday season, Aquarius, and so much more, which I'll explain in just a moment. But what I'll do first is I like to pick a highlighted connection that Spirit guides me with right in front of you. The last one you had at the earlier part of January was with Leo, Aquarius. So I won't do that again. And the time before that, I looked for December was in mid-month, I believe, was with Aries. So you have this theme going with the fire, which is beautiful. Fire elements and air elements are extremely compatible. I see it all the time throughout the years. And it works. So let's see what it is for you. Well, it's on Aquarius and Aquarius. So actually it's on the Pisces. I did that yesterday. I mean, I'm going to do one more roll because, just because. But it ended up being for Capricorn as the featured and the highlight because that happens. I mean, you have a lot of relationships where you're the same sun sign. This is the sun sign reading predominantly because it's basically like the horoscope you would read. I mean, it's a general reading, but the bottom line is the sun sign is only 1/12 of who we are. An important, very important part of us. It's the day and the month we're born, like we are in the season of Aquarius. But it's also how the sun is in our first house of personality, ego, desire, interest, compatibilities with others, what we want to do, where, feel, and so many other things. So, but that's, like I said, just 1/12 of us. So let's see, let's try one more time. Let's go with it. Virgo. I like this a lot. This is not quite the polar opposite. That would be Leo. It's right next to it. But honestly, I can think of right off the bat on my one hand, the long-term committed relationships and friendships that are Aquarius and Virgo because it works. So let's talk a little bit more. And then what happens with the highlighted connection is I'm able to read 3 specific messages from the 3 categories just for this highlighted connection from my special tarot deck of the, mid-month because I changed it from the beginning of the month. And it's the OK Tarot. It's very simple, but it's very, very powerful. And the messages mean just as much. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I am. And let's get going. So Aquarius, oh my gosh, Aquarius, wow. Well, it's your year. It's on for you, okay? And not only you, because you are an air element, and basically you represent the mind, you're mental, you're intelligent, you're very interested in learning, in educating others, in expanding the mind, in focusing on how you can communicate and share and connect, and you're social and you love, you're known as the humanitarian sign. A lot of times the water barrier, but it's not necessarily the water you see in a lot of the symbolisms and the cards. It's knowledge. That's what's so vastly important to Aquarians. And ruled by Uranus, it's crazy, okay? It's just about this unpredictable, unexpected surprises that come through in your lifetime, in everybody's lifetime. We're all affected by this, just maybe you more predominantly, because Aquarius is the sign that it's in. And the fact that you are just fascinated with new things, new inventive things. You know, you like to be the pioneer in the beginning of stages and phases and things that have to do with science and medicine and important things that affect everybody, the humanitarian aspect. Let there be equality, let there be justice, let there be new ways to improve our lives and our lifestyles for everybody, you know, and that's where you come from. You are a fixed sign. Fixed meaning that you're very determined, sometimes stubborn, you know, to a point of, I will get this done, I will make this relationship happen, I will follow my dreams. I mean, your symbolism and card in the tarot is the star, wishing upon that star with everything that you are, and really believing it's going to happen, and most of the time it does. And particularly in a year like this, when you have Jupiter in your sign, that only happens every 12 years. Jupiter is the most benevolent planet, right? And it brings us luck and opportunity and expansion in everything. So be careful. You don't want to have too much of a sweet tooth this year. Just putting that out there for you. But, you know, it's beautiful and it's magical. And it, like I said, it only happens every 12 years in each of our signs. So this is your year. And I just feel like today especially, we have this another amazing planetary aspect situation happening, where we have Mars, the incredible, volatile and energetic and motivated energy that comes through with Mars in a fiery way, right? Get things done and boldly go where no man usually goes, in connection with Jupiter. So it's just this expansion of this idea and this motivation and this determination and this drive. You know, you want to take this energy when we can. The only thing I would like to say is be careful. You know, if you want to go do a little speculative gambling or so forth, I don't know where you can, but I'm sure you can somewhere. Give it a try. This would be the day. I'm not saying you're going to win. Please don't, disclaimer right off the bat. But this is the kind of energy for that. And then when in fact you do, or you play the lottery and you get a little bit, stop. You'll be fine. You don't need to overdo it. That's the main thing you need to know, because that fiery Mars is just kind of like, let's keep going for it. And certainly the Jupiter, I mean, there's no, what's the saying? No bars, I can't think of it. Bottom line is, there's no sense of restriction or confinement of any sort when it comes to Jupiter. It's all about freedom. It's all about independence. Moving past the borders and outside the box thinking is kind of thing. So yeah, I get excited thinking about that for you. And the really cool thing is we all get to have a taste of that when it's like that. And if you're a fellow air sign like Libra or Gemini to Aquarius, you're going to feel it even more too. So this is a really good year, as well as fire signs, very complementary. So I don't know, everybody's going to get a piece of the pie. And I know at times you're thinking, oh, I don't know, this year's a little questionable, and it is. It's what we call the mending and healing of what's transpired, right? But it's happening, and we can see it, and I already feel it. We've already seen some forward motion since, the beginning of the year, and certainly this last couple of days. So holding tight to that and believing is super important. So there's the energy and the beautiful aspects that are coming through for you, Aquarius. And then you have your highlighted connection today with Virgo. I love Virgo. I mean, Virgo is that grounded earth element. And out of all of the earth signs, Virgo is a mutable earth sign. So mutable means you are adaptable, you are changeable, you can, you're versatile, you're open, you're willing. different for a lot of the earth elements. And yeah, you can still be stuck in some ways, but you're willing to change. You're willing to expand and to grow. Certainly, that is a huge trait of a Virgo, because they are very, very intellectual, very analytical, extremely intelligent, always wanting, once again, to grow and learn and expand their mind and share that and help others in the process. They're ruled by Mercury, which is exactly that. It's the mind, it's mercurial. It's about movement and constant, movement forward, if at all possible. Having said that, we are going to be experiencing a Mercury retrograde in your sign, Aquarius, and I'm already feeling the shadow period. It has to do with speech. I have been tripped up in my speech more in the last week or so, and that's fine, because I know that it will pass, but it's just a matter of slowing down whenever possible. It has to do with transportation, being careful about that, making sure you're getting your tune-ups and such, and expecting delays. It's about really listening to what's being said and kind of re-looking over emails, texts, things of that nature, not necessarily signing anything on the dotted line, but if you do, and a lot of things have to be signed by me, i.e. Starts with T and ends with taxes, because that's what's going on right now, just double check everything, because it will have to be redone, and you just save yourself time. That's all. It's actually a beautiful, beautiful energy in a lot of ways that people don't really feel, because it slows us down. It says there's no rush. It's only till legitimately the February 20th, so it's not quite even 3 weeks. Then we have the shadow period. But we can get through it. We've got through so much. It's not an issue. It's just something to consider. And that's coming around the corner. But Virgo, gosh, reliable, resourceful, hardworking, authentic, real, grounded, down to earth, natural. What you see is what you get, kind of low key, background sort of thing a lot of times. But once you know them or you're a friend to them, they're just this knowledge, this wealth of knowledge that's extremely attractive to Aquarius. Like I said, that's one of their main things that really stimulates them. So to be around that is very, very harmonious and complementary. It works really well. There's the grounded part that I always say is important for all of us to have in our lives. If you don't have a specific amount of earth energy in your natal chart, which you can look up for free, Cafe Astrology or Astro.com, one of the best sites that tell you everything. It's just I kind of lost my thought. I'm so sorry. That also happens with retrograde, but it's okay. My point is that the two of you work extremely well together. It's great to have that, I got it back, grounded energy around you, to kind of keep you grounded, Aquarius, because you're thinking a lot. You're the mind, you're the air, you're changeable, it's as well, and it's fluid, and it's just kind of, you might be off in a lot of directions, and you have that beautiful, helpful, supportive energy of a Virgo, or the earth energy that just keeps you in your place and kind of keeps you back to a more practical side. That has to happen sometimes. You got that. And a friendship that can last forever. So beautiful, beautiful combination, connection, wonderful in love, very, I find it to be very, like I said, authentic and true. And I think it starts as a friendship in a lot of ways. In fact, that's the case with a lot of Aquarians, I find. They're very sociable and loving and kind, but they are just so focused a lot of times on the big picture that their own intimate life can be a little bit detached at times. So when an Aquarius finds someone they love, like that fixed aspect, they are in it for the long haul as well. So this works extremely well for that. Let's get on to your reading now and the messages. Feeling good about the two of you, and I hope that you understand automatically, because you are involved with this particular highlighted connection. But if not, know that these oracle messages I read after, they pertain to all Aquarians and every single one of your connections. So there's something in my readings for every single sign. And so the first category is always the overall energy that brought you to the reading. The catalyst, what's been going on thus far. Like I said, we're at the latter part of January, so it may have trickled off from the first reading. It may be growing depending on what it was. You can check back. And what you have is, oh yeah, Six of Cups. Well, that's all about heart. That's all about love. That's all about emotion, because the cups represent water. Pisces, Scorpio, and what am I saying? Cancer. And it's real. It's rich. It is, you know what it is? It's memories. It's sentimentality. It's like what happens with retrogrades. It probably has already started. It's certainly happening in my life because I'm getting rid of a bunch of things. And as I go through them as quick as possible, there's things I get a little bit drawn to from my past. I've had them for so long and they need to go. And it's making me feel so great in some ways. In other ways, it's reminiscent of good times, happy times. That's why I keep them. They were gifts. They were tokens of my past life, right? You might be doing that. The two of you might be discarding things together that you know it's hard to do, but you need to, and you want to make space for things. You may be moving. It's about, just possibly family members coming back into the picture, or friends that the two of you know, or maybe the two of you haven't actually seen each other or communicated for a long time, certainly from last year's issues. It's happy. It feels beautiful, but like, once again, it does have a definite tone of your past, your childhood, maybe, just reminiscing about where you lived or going by there or whatever it is. It's beautiful, but it's definitely memories of what has happened, and they're good memories, and it's good to have those, right? And I can honestly share with you, today was the last day I spoke to my dad on the phone before he passed away, and that was 18 years ago today. And it was a wonderful conversation, and I won't go into other detail, but, he's in my heart. I love him so much. And I have pictures around that I talk to him every day because he was an amazing man, and I want to hold on to that. Why would I not, So any tears I cry now are tears of joy, which is what I feel from this. If there is any of that type of, energy with this, it's of happiness. So that feels really good for the two of you. I'm glad to see that. It's very necessary. It could have been something recent as well, but it's good to do that. It's good to be vulnerable to that. And then the next category is the category of possible blessings or obstacles. And you have the Two of Wands. Well, I don't see this as an obstacle because this is about fiery energy, the fire element of Wands. You've got two. It's like you're set. It's like that balance. One in one hand, one in the other. One with this relationship, the two, the partnership of some sort. This envisioning, this motivation once again, that fiery, masculine, passionate Mars energy coming through today. Totally feeling vindicated and ready. And like, here we go. It's time. Let's pursue my dream. Let's pursue and put into action the spirited part of us that I want to do, whatever it may be. Once again, maybe the relationship, but I feel it as being something you have in your back pocket or have had that you're ready to initiate and make happen. That can be an absolute blessing. And the only maybe obstacle was the wait that you've had to do. And may have to still, but knowing it will occur. You have everything in your body, every cell makes you realize that this is definitely time. And it is your year, Aquarius. So whatever you're doing together with this incredibly capable Virgo, I think it feels beautiful, and I think you're going to reap the benefits of it this year. You will definitely start to see some wonderful manifestations coming about. So I love that. That is a gorgeous message for you. The second, or I should say the third category is always that of finances, because that's important. Oh, yes, it is. And I think there's a lot of us that are thinking about it and putting out energy for answers, and it is energy. And we get through, one of the oracles is about money and the law of attraction message. It's super important and vitally informative, and I find it to be extremely uplifting. So hang around for that if you'd like. So what is it? And it's not always money, you know, per se, but the physical, tangible things that we have in our life and our surroundings that make us comfortable. Certainly our health, right? There's always wealth in our health. 9 of Swords. Well, listen, this is sleepless nights. This is the air quality. This is you, Aquarius, in that mind of yours. Like, what's going on? What can I do about my finances? Am I going to get answers? Are we going to get help? Blah, 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 right? I mean, the air quality and the air elements just continuously think about everything and every part, you know, how can I, every possible way to think and strategize and, you know, logically figure things out is what's going on in Aquarians' minds and air signs in general. More so than the average, you know, air sign or other zodiac sign, trust me. This is the end, though. The 9 is the completion number in numerology. You're not going to have to deal with this much longer. And remember, you do absolutely have control over that. So those sleepless nights, those unanswered questions, those continuous conflicting sources of information that drew a lot of us into a state of confusion is ending, okay? Done. Gonzo. This is your season. This is your time for that magic dust to come out. Make those intentions clear. You have the full moon on the 28th in Leo. Extremely potent, and yet you're polar opposite on the zodiac wheel. Something that you're always kind of in connection with, that strength of Leo, that vitality, that desire to lead and to share and to, you know, be noticed, be heard, you know, that communication skill you have so well. You have the right and the ability to change your thoughts at any given time. And that's what it's saying to do. That's over, okay? All of us were confused, just so you know. But beautiful information will be coming through, and I feel a good sense of renewal with your finances. New job opportunities I feel are coming through. It is an opportunity year in general. There might be so many you get a little confused. Do try to focus and meditate on specifically what it is you want so your energy is pure. But I love that of all, you know, because the next sword after 9, of course, is 10, and that's the brand new cycle. So you've ended the fear and the confusion and the loop of uncertainty, okay? And that feels beautiful. It also obviously pertains to other air signs, which would be Libra and Gemini. So you may have gotten information that's come through or will be coming through that will absolutely help and instigate better things in the realm of your finances, okay, and stability. So stay tuned and let me know. If you have not subscribed, this is my time to ask you to please do so. It's super, super beautiful and supportive. It just takes a moment. Push the notification bell because I'm not always exactly sure when I load up, and it takes a long time to upload them. I'm not sure why. But liking and sharing and all that is beautiful. It ensures that I can bring more content to you, and I just greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much for that. And only if you're feeling it, though. That's essential. I want the like-minded, you know, kind of community here that gets it, right? Or you wouldn't be here. So I appreciate it a lot. Let's go on to the oracle messages, though, now, because this is for all of the beautiful Aquarians and any particular connection of love you may have. So, including, of course, the highlighted. And this is the deck of the money and the law of attraction. And money is energy, and money is necessary in our lives. And as a spiritual person who doesn't need a lot and is grateful to have the ability to just have enough, I love money. I mean, bring it, as far as I'm concerned, of course, you know, and I'll just give it away. I'm cool. I don't mind. But to think that it's in some way lessens your spirituality, I think, is a belief I almost believe I had for a certain amount of time, but not for long. Because I work hard. I love what I do. I'm a massage therapist, not working this moment. 20 years now. Love the readings, and we'll be reading more often. So if you're interested right now, you can look for the email. Let me know, and I will get back with you ASAP about that and give you a little more information as I learn to grow and expand and figure all that out for you. But yeah, money is essential, right? And it's an energy. How do we feel about it is how it's going to be a part of our life. It's really simple. Abraham Hicks has been around for so long, and they have a beautiful, they're in touch with the entities of life that are there for all of us. They channel through Esther Hicks, and what they say is just, it's life altering. It really is. So what is your message for today? Well, what it says is, I haven't seen this one in a long time. I have had this deck for about 15 years when I really changed my whole understanding about money. And it's stayed the same way ever since. It's number 52, which is 7, so that can be a very lucky number. In my appreciation, I allow myself to receive wonderful things. Boy, is that ever true. When you are grateful and you appreciate, I'm telling you, things just, it's a side effect. They just keep coming in, and they're in ways that you wouldn't necessarily think, or maybe you intended them. Maybe you've been manifesting, we all do. And you were intentional about it. And new moons certainly help with that. Full moons. That in itself is just all you really need to hear, but I'm going to read you more. The best way to accomplish an improved environment is to focus upon the best things about where you currently are until you flood your own vibrational patterns of thought with appreciation. And in that changed vibration, you can then allow the new and improved conditions and circumstances to come into your experience. Look for good things about where you are. And if your state of appreciation, your life Look for the good things about where you are, and in your state of appreciation, you lift all self-imposed limitations. Boy, I need new glasses, clearly. And all limitations are self-imposed, like this, our thoughts, right? They really are. And I kind of dig knowing that, because I can change it. There's a lot of things I can't change or have control over. We know that. We all know that. That's not one of them. Yeah, so I absolutely love that. And free yourself for the receiving of wonderful things. Sorry about tripping up like I do, but yeah, it's just that beautiful, powerful message that can really, literally transform your life. And give it some thought, really think about it. This is the main one. Just take a snapshot or something to continually remind yourself, or definitely get this deck, because every card has something more incredibly informative and insightful. But either way, that is for the special Aquarians and what may be conspiring or happening in your relationships right now. And then the next is the Wisdom of the Oracle, which is a beautiful deck by Colette Baron Reed. She has many. I just received this last year, and I've been seeing it on a lot of several of my favorite tarot readers. And I thought, I like it. I would like that for my birthday. So it happened. It was beautiful. I'm still learning it, though. It's really kind of cool. So what do we have for all the Aquarians and their special love connections of all types for the remainder of this month and onward? This is the third time this has come up. Spirit is really trying to make a real point about this. I can appreciate it for a couple of reasons, and I'll explain them. The message in the card is all that glitters. That came up, I believe, with, I want to say it was, it was Pisces. It might have been the highlighted with Aquarius, honestly. I'm not sure. It came up with Scorpio, which wasn't that long ago, and now with you. So here's the picture, and I'll explain to you what the message is. There's a second 7, there's number 16, so there's 2 7s. That says a lot. Working through the challenges and differences in thoughts that you're creating, the difficulties that we bring through ourselves. That's what 7 with 2 is. The third is the best. It's like, jackpot, right? With 3 7s, that's something you really want to have and see in symbols and whatnot in your life. I love it when I pull up behind a car that has 3 7s on their license plate. It's a lucky day for me that day, inevitably. So let's go do all that glitters. Let me look it up real quick for you. All that glitters, boy, 3 times now. And that is 60. Okay, so basically in a nutshell, what it's saying is the essential meaning, a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature. Trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new, being mercurial. Well, there's that emphasis of, Virgo, who's definitely ruled by Mercury, but also it's just, I think all of us can have a tendency to be attracted to that, and then why not, you know? You should have met my mother. She was an actress, and everything was sparkly, so I kind of grew up loving that as well. But that was her job, right? Well, when it comes to relationship message in regards to this, sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make it more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz or glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she or he has or can give to you. It's important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of the artificial and let what is authentic shine. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, I think that's an essential part of authentic love and unconditional love. But it kind of reminds me of the highlighted too, because I find a lot of Virgos are very, very down to earth, as I said, very authentic. And maybe it's just another message for the highlighted for you specifically. Because, you know, they've got a lot to offer, but they may not be outwardly expressive in that regard, or they may not wear a lot of makeup. I know a lot of earth signs that love going natural, you know, so there's just interesting kind of a synchronicity to that for you, Aquarius. And then last but not least, your super attractor manifestation message, one of my favorite decks ever. Feeling the life we want. You can do it. You have the drive, the determination. You certainly have the ability to imagine and create. You're very creative. I don't think I mentioned that. Oh, there's a lot of artistry and creativity with Aquarians. And they're very drawn to that. They love culture and all sorts of things. They're just open to a lot of things. So, what do you have today specifically? I also call this an affirmation or mantra, whatever you choose, because if you say it enough, you're going to change the energy instantly in your body. Oh, well, here's another tried and true one that comes up, but I love it because it's about creativity. It is your second chakra, the passion color, the beautiful, and a little bit of the root chakra, but no, the second chakra, which involves our sensuality, our sexuality, our love, our passion, our dreams, creativity. It says, when I'm grateful, oh my gosh, there we go again with the appreciation and grateful. When I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I deserve. Bingo, that's it. That is exactly how it works. That's the law of attraction. It is simple. It's not all glittery. It's the real deal when you follow it and you just follow the simple guidelines, you know, that will create what you like, what you want coming in, right? Because what you put out is what you get back. So anyway, I really like this reading for you, Aquarius, and I know that you will have an incredibly memorable year in a very wonderful, positive way. And I would love you to just start taking notes now because you got the whole year ahead of you. And it can bring in some incredible things. So I'm excited for you. I hope you will come back again if you are new. And in the meantime, take extremely good care of yourself. Thanks again. Bye-bye.